when I took over the post office. It was great. I looked after all the old people in the village and, yeah, life was rosy.
I was proud to be a sub-postmaster. It was very important to me.
All that changed in 1999 when the post office introduced a new flawed accounting system called Horizon.
It was thousands that were going missing and it just didn't make any sense.
I rang at the help desk and said I was £2,000 short. I pressed the balance snapshot. It doubled literally right in front of my eyes. They said, you've got to make that good. And I said, well, I didn't owe you 2,000, let alone 4,000.
Rather than investigate the new system, the sub-postmasters were blamed and told to pay the money back.
How a post office like mine could be losing thousands of pounds, it was just crazy.
I couldn't believe that someone might actually think that I'd taken the money. Why did they prosecute me when there was no evidence of theft? Why did they do this?
Many sub-postmasters began losing their jobs, and almost 1,000 were prosecuted for crimes they didn't commit.
I was sentenced to 3 years in prison. The first night I was put in with someone else, he was there for stabbing his girlfriend. I was absolutely petrified of going to sleep.
When we got to court, I hugged my mum and dad goodbye, and I hugged my husband and my boys, and yeah, didn't think I was coming home. You just didn't know where to turn to get help.
Alan Bates, a sub-postmaster with a background in computing, knew something was seriously wrong.
Computers work in a certain way, and I perhaps had a bit more of an understanding than they did. I refused to accept the balances the system gave. The people involved weren't criminals. There was something else that was very, very wrong here.
Alan decided to lead a group of sub-postmasters into a battle for justice that would last 2 decades.
We knew things were being covered up. We knew people were lying to us. Our main aim was to expose the truth.
He wanted justice for everybody.
Finally, after years of tireless campaigning, Alan, along with 5 others, took the post office to the High Courts.
The day that my conviction was quashed was an incredible day.
There was joy, relief, anger, and many tears in one of the biggest miscarriages of justice in English legal history.
Once my conviction was overturned, I felt I'm free again.
There are hundreds of us that owe where we are now to Alan.
He is a very special man who thinks the truth should be at the forefront of everything.
I want to see some of those who are responsible for all of this being held liable for what they've done.
He's never, ever stopped. He has taken on Goliath and beaten him.
Please welcome the man who took on the post office and won, Alan Bates. How are you? Okay. How you feeling, my friends?
It's all very weird and very strange. Coming to something like this, or having my arm twisted to come to something like this, is quite hard to get used to.
It isn't even just the postmasters and the workers and the people directly involved, is it? This whole thing has affected people and their families.
Oh, yeah. My big campaign at the moment is trying to get government to take on board the fact that this has affected the mental health of so many families, and that is where my work is now, trying to get them to take that on board.
Still fighting the good fight.
Still fighting the good fight.
Not all heroes wear capes, but some use spreadsheets, don't they, Alan? Now, you've probably had enough of judges, but we thought we'd make an exception for this one. Please welcome Rob Rinder, and we know you love a bit of Eurovision, didn't you?
Yeah.
So please welcome Ryland too.
Congratulations. This is yours. Congratulations, mate. Congratulations.
Super.
It's such a privilege to share a stage with you. The criminal justice system didn't just fail, but you demonstrate and show and teach all of us how one person alongside a community can stand up to power and get justice. And that really matters. And I hope and pray, alongside all of us, that those who are ultimately responsible are brought to justice as well.
Alan, those words really can't be topped, but it's just Andy. You had a background in computers, wasn't it? Let's be clear. Congratulations, honestly, on everything you've done. You've changed so many people's lives. You really, really have. Everyone in this room is so proud of what you've done.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Amazing. One more time, thank you to Rob, Ryland, and of course, Alan.